upon us is shining, the accumulated light of past ages. The record of Israel's forgetfulness has been preserved for our enlightenment. In this age, God has set his hand to gather unto himself a people from every nation, kindred, and tongue. In the Advent movement, he has wrought for his heritage, even as he wrought for the Israelites in leading them out of Egypt. She's being very specific that this is a parallel history. In their great disappointment of 1844, the faith of his people was tested, as was the Hebrews at the Red Sea. Had the Adventists in the early days still trusted to the guiding hand that had been with them in their past experience, they would have seen the salvation of God. If all who have labored unitedly in the work of 1844 had received the third angel's message and proclaimed it in the power of the Holy Spirit, the Lord would have wrought mightily with their efforts. A flood of light would have been shed upon the world. Years ago, the inhabitants of the earth would have been warned. The closing work would have been completed, and Christ would have come for the redemption of his people. Did all unitedly receive and carry the third angel's message after 1844? No, they didn't. What were they repeating? They were repeating the rejection of the message of Joshua and Caleb. If all had been united in the message of the third angel, the Lord would have finished this work. Do you believe that? Yeah. You believe that? Okay, she says it. She says it more than once. But because they didn't do that, what happened to them? What happened to the Millerites? Well, they died in the wilderness, but what happened to the Millerites at that point in time? They stepped out of one church and moved into another church. What church did they step out of? The Protestant. Well, they were taken out of the Protestant church. But what church were they prophetically? They were Philadelphia. And when they refused to accept the message of the third angel and take it to the world, what church did they step into? Laodicea. And what's a Laodicean? Someone's in the judgment. When's the judgment begin? 1844. Laodicea means a people judged. But that's not my question about what is a Laodicean. He's someone that thinks that Christ is in him, but Christ isn't in him, is he? And he doesn't know that because he's blind, naked, poor, and miserable. Yet in 1863, we want to claim that the Seventh-day Adventist Church, as the Laodicean church, was being led by inspiration to reject the two tables of Habakkuk. Whoa. What kind of blindness is that? Testimonies, Volume 8, page 296. What's the beginning of our confidence?